Assalamu alaikum. In this lesson, we are going to touch on another aspect of the knowledge of Sarf, and that is Abwab Sarf. To explain what Abwab Sarf is, let us look at this diagram that I have just made. So, this is Al-Arabiyya, Al-Lughat Al-Arabiyya, the language of Arabic. The language of Arabic, in terms of its grammar, can be divided into two different sections, An-Nahw and As-Sarf, what we have studied in the previous lessons. And then As-Sarf, we will not touch on Nahw. As-Sarf then can be divided into two different sections. One is the Qawaid, the rules part, in which we learn about different principles and rules of the knowledge of Sarf. And then the other one is Abwab. Now, Abwab, what Abwab is basically that any Arabic words which are there, as we read it before, that from one word with the knowledge of Sarf, we can change this one word by different rules and principles. We can change this one word into many different shapes, and these different shapes can give us many different meanings. So what they have done is, they have just for the sake of faster learning, they have made all the possible shapes of all words, and they have collected all of them in some sections. These sections, for example, there is a word which is darban, to hit. Now from this word, they have written down, the people of Arabic, they have written down all the possible words which can be made from this word in one place, in one section. And this one full section, which is a collection of all the possible words which can be made from the word darban, to hit, this one section is called Bab, and the plural of Bab is Abwab. Now, every Bab can be divided into two smaller sections. One of them is Sarf Saghir, and the other one is Sarf Kabir. Now, Sarf, as you know, its meaning is to convert the shape of one thing to another shape. Saghir means small, and here in Sarf Kabir, Sarf we have explained already, and Kabir means big. So every Bab is divided into two shapes. Number one, small Sarf, and number two, long Sarf, or the big Sarf, long Sarf. So for example, we take the example of darban. So from this word darban, they have made all the possible words, and what they have done, for the sake of memorizing them faster and for the sake of understanding these words faster, they have made this Abwab. And what we are going to do about this Abwab, I will explain by the end of this lesson. What they have done is, they have taken one word, or the first word of every long Sarf. For example, there is a word daraba, which means he hit. From this word, there are around 11 more words which can be made, and all of these words will be called the long Sarf of daraba. There is a particular name for it, we will learn about it later. And similarly, there is a word yudrabu, and from this word 11 more words can be made, and all these 11 more words, including yudrabu, will be called long Sarf of yudrabu. And there is another name also which we will be, actually that is the real name which we will be using later on, but right now, not to get all of us confused with different names, I'm just taking the name of the word only. So first word of each long Sarf is taken into another section, and similarly there are other words like daribun is another, duriba is another word, madrubun is another word. So all of these words are basically the first words of long Sarfs. By putting all of them in one section, they call them Sarf Saghir because they are not complete Sarf of any of these words. All of these words are basically the first word of the long Sarf only. That's why they call this section as Sarf Saghir, the small Sarf. And these Sarfs, these ones, they call them Sarf Kabir because they are the full forms of all the words which can be made from this one single word, and similarly from this one single word. So Sarf Saghir and Sarf Kabir collectively will make one bab, okay, and there is a name for these Abwab which we will learn in future. Just for this lesson, just remember this, that Sarf Saghir and Sarf Kabir will collectively make one bab, and similarly we have many Abwab available. And now we come to the part that what is the benefit of having all this. The required thing from us is that we memorize all these Sarf Kabir and Sarf Saghir by heart, and we practice them and we memorize them, and we make ourselves available that we can repeat these suruf, Sarf Kabir and Sarf Saghir, really fast. So the benefit that we are going to get from this is, of course, we are going to know that how daraba, this daraba turns into daraba, and how this daraba turns into darabu, and what is the change in meaning from daraba to daraba and from daraba to darabu. We will learn all this later. But if we do not memorize all this by heart, it will be learn all this by heart, it will be difficult for us later on to keep remembering all these words in our mind. So it's best to memorize Sarf Saghir and Sarf Kabir. Do not get worried, because these topics we are going to learn in future also, and we will memorize all these things in very small bits and pieces, so it will be very easy for us. In case you have any comments or concerns, please do ask me. Write the comments below, and I will try my best to reply you as soon as possible. Assalamu alaikum.